I was not the girl anyone would have looked at and said, oh, she's going places. Average student, was not popular, really just trying to fit in, making a lot of bad choices because that's what the people around me were doing. I never felt smart. I didn't feel special, just always trying to figure out who I was. And then I met Mike. And I held on, and if I'm being honest, I clung to him because I had no confidence of my own. I was always looking to someone else to tell me that I was worth something. That's a hard thing to admit, but it's the truth. Young and in love, and by the time we were finishing high school, I just knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to be a mom. That was the dream. And it was a beautiful dream, but I had no idea what it actually took to build that life, how expensive it would get, how hard it would get. I was just so caught up in the future that I wanted. I never stopped to think about what it would take to get there. Right out of high school, we got married and started having our kids. Very lucky. My dad owned a house in San Diego and he just let us live there. We just paid the utilities, no rent. We didn't even realize how much we were depending on that cushion until one day. The market got really good and he needed to sell. And just like that reality, we couldn't afford to live in a safe area, not in San Diego. So we moved in with my in-laws, paid off some debt, saved what we could. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, we had a hard conversation. We were not going to be able to build the life that we wanted. Mike didn't want to hear it. In his mind, San Diego was perfect and he was never leaving. But we had 3 kids, no solid careers, 0 shot at owning anything out there. And so we did what everybody does when they're desperate and hopeful at the same time. We got online and started searching, looking at houses. Where can we go? What can we actually afford? And then my mom said, have you looked at Keller, Texas? Small town, young families, room to grow. So we looked it up and there it was. Brand new house, 4 bedrooms, under $100,000. And we knew it. That's where we were supposed to be. So we did something that terrified us. We moved somewhere where we knew absolutely no one, no safety net, no family down the street, just us, and a belief that it was worth the risk. And looking back, it was the best thing we ever did for our family and for our marriage. We had to learn to put ourselves out there, new church, new friends, new everything. And I learned that sometimes you have to be the one to take the first step. And those risks, the one that you're most scared about, led us straight to the best parts of our life, including the day we bought our first home. Looking back, every single thing I've done in my life has had one thing in common. I never just did it. I dove in, I researched, I figured it out, and then I asked myself, how do I make this even better? I owned a cake business, a home daycare, moves, all of it. I was always learning, always improving, always trying to give the people I cared about something better than what I had before. And that's still who I am today. And it's exactly how I show up for every single family that I work with. Today, I get to do something that I love every single day. I help families realize, wait, this is actually possible for us. We can do this. We can move up. We can have more. And then comes my favorite moment when we walk into a house and I watch their face change. You really can't explain it unless you've been through it yourself. Nothing feels like home until you find the one. And you know when you walk in and you just know this is it. There's nothing like that feeling, and I get to be there for it every single time. If your home doesn't fit your life anymore, I'd love to talk because I've been there and I know the way out.